What's going on, y'all? It's your boy AkinTheKing, and this is
Dollar bills, y'all. Cream get the money, then we pill off. Down on my tummy, couldn't eat lock. Now I don't sleep, I let that E talk. The bass slap, they finally let a beast walk. I don't see the beauty.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy AkinTheKing, and it's an exclusive with Kyon. One more time. Because I'm a perfectionist. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy AkinTheKing, and it's an exclusive with Kyon. So y'all already know, it's your boy AkinTheKing. Born and raised in Wilmington, Delaware. And what I'm known for? Many things. I wear many hats. Curator, creative director, strategist, MC, event curator, the whole nine, the list goes on. The man of multifaceted trades, so that's kind of who I am. My 4 keys to success are discipline, consistency, networking, and collaboration. I would always say discipline is first, because it's always about what are you willing to sacrifice to get where you need to go. Consistency, you know, when you had to take that first step to crawl, and then you had to keep going to get that next step so you can walk. So that's the only way you're gonna see results, is consistency. Networking, as they all say, your net worth is your network is your net worth. And so y'all already know, it's about resources. If we can't leverage our resources, then I don't know if you really got what you need. You need assets, you need wealth. And collaboration, because nobody can do it by themselves, man. You let me know one person that has a recipe that done it by themselves, and I would love to see it. So yeah, that's my 4 keys. My favorite part about being an influencer, I would have to say, is the impact that I make on people's lives. The fact that I'm able to create places and platforms, outlets for them to like gain exposure, be able to connect with people they normally wouldn't connect with, to bridge the gap, you know? I think that's the dopest thing, is being that middleman for a lot of transactions, for a lot of things that's being done. Also, it gives me a chance to actually, you know, be creative. It allows me to connect with other creators by being an influencer. And so for that, I get to like really meet a lot of dope individuals. And building those relationships is really the true currency. Like, that's the true value. I value that a lot, man. So I think the biggest thing is just meeting new people, really getting around different atmospheres and environments that help me grow. And I can be of service and asset to people and help them grow. So, yeah. I think it's necessary to shine light on new artists in Delaware always, because it still has not been like a firm foundation that has been built for creatives here. It's still like just small pockets. And like, we have a few people who are like moving and shaking here, but when it really comes down to it, there's no like company or corporation that's pioneering like entertainment and creative industry here. So I see a lot of creatives who are super talented, and I know what I'm capable of doing. And I like to give that value to them to see how can we partner, or how we can collaborate, or how can I leverage your brand. The reality is, it's just, I don't think that you had to really go anywhere else to really do what you wanted to do. I think it was just a matter of the exposure. And if you had the right exposure to structure, or, you know, resources, you know, things of that nature, I think you could still leverage yourself. You could still make it from here. So that's the biggest thing, is like wanting to show artists that they can make it from a place like this, you know. And I think that is important, man, because I know Delaware individuals and creatives have a different like mentality built into them, because it's nothing here. So you have to work 10 times harder, versus in New York, where the culture has been booming there for ages. So it's just a matter of just bumping into the right person, versus here, there's no blueprint. You're literally creating a blueprint from scratch. And that, I think, is way more significant than walking into a situation that's already built for you. To be honest with y'all, I'm doing that now. I mean, I left and came back, and I got to be exposed to enough to see, like, okay, like, it's not too much different happening elsewhere, you know? So my thing is this, why not be the big fish here, you know? I can be one of the pioneers who create a foundation that's sustainable for years and years to come for creators that are natives from Delaware. Why not be a part of that? That's way more impactful than going into somebody else's pond and trying to fit into those waters. I think it's just best that I really just conquer my own pond first, you know, and build with other creators who have the same values, like mind and vision and energy that I share. And from there, we can build something that can impact the people way more than going to like a Atlanta or a Cali, you know. Granted, I do want to network in those places, but I see great value here, you know, and I want to leave my mark because this is where I'm from, you know, and I know a lot of dope individuals that are from here that I feel like are far more popular than a lot of people who own, like, for real. And it's funny because I see when Delaware individuals or creators go in spaces that are outside of Delaware, we shine in a different way. And I've been able to get a glimpse of that every time I rock with creators that are my friends and I go in those spaces with them. So, yeah, I'm actually doing that. You know, I got projects out the wazoo, honestly, in the pipeline. So be on the lookout. So a lot of stuff coming soon. Some of the people who are doing it big, and the thing is, it's about like what capacity are we talking about doing it big, because success looks different for everybody. I would give my props and I would give my love to a lot of artists. So it's a list of people, and don't get mad if I do not say your name because it's still all love. Of course, I'm gonna say my main seven guy, of course. Definitely one of the hardest working visual artists and creators out here that I know. Really dope to be, you know, it's just an honor to know him. And just see his evolution and growth, man. He's been a long way, so shout out to my man Seven Guy. You know, he's doing his thing. Gotta big up my baby Shakira. You know, she's really pioneering her way into this circuit and even beyond here. She holds so much great value. So shout out to her. I would say Tish Levity. She's out here really doing her thing. I don't really know nobody there's no real black-owned tea company here in Delaware. So the fact that that's like, she's doing it loose leaf herbal tea, like, that's just popping. And tea culture is booming now anyway. So, what else? Who else? So many people. Oh man, I just came from Everyday Agenda today. They got some really dope stuff. They just did a grand opening. They got a lot of stuff that's coming your way. I'm actually going to be collaborating with them. Shout out to Naja Nicole and Jay. They got a podcast coming that's going to be really dope. Shout out to Typical Society. They doing some big things. Camera View. My man Kev, he's doing some really dope things and how he's expanded and so much growth for him. Who else, man? Oh man, shout out to James Wyatt. Shout out to Patience, man. She's really doing her thing too, with the Cream Agency and everything she's doing. Who else? Shout out to Jamila Mustafa. She's really killing the game too. Yo, she's made crazy impact, man. Who else? There's so many people. Shout out to my sis Lacuria. Oh my God, amazing poet, man. We did a project for her called Zenith that was like freaking dope. So y'all should check that out. It's on YouTube. Who else, man? It's so many people. Even my man Kyon behind the camera. Like, come on, man. Who else? It's just a list. So many people here from Delaware, and I've helped so many people from Smash Label, Aline, my guy Aline, yesterday night. Couldn't forget him. Come on. So many people. I can keep going, man. And so many people that I've either worked with, collaborated with, or helped gain exposure. So yeah, man. A lot of people. So much more. And if I forgot your name or if I didn't say your name, you already know. Still love. Still love you. To be honest with you, I've been out of my creative funk. Keep it G. I've definitely been out of my creative funk. I've been more focused on business. I really have not been in the capacity or the space to do like my own personal creative work. And a lot of people don't know that I am a creative. They're always like, well, King be around kids, what does he do? I do art too. I just don't express it as much as I would like, because I'm more so on the business side now. So I really haven't been doing much, man. Honestly, I haven't. I gotta get back into it. I'm slacking. Oh, I will say, I am about to be on a project though. I'm doing some music, some spoken word, and some narrating on a project that's going to be coming soon. So I'll be letting you know about that show.
What advice do you have for any young creatives and entrepreneurs coming up in Delaware? What are some of the things that you would say to them to help them kind of weather this storm of being, in their early teens or, early 20s of really trying to be creative and start like a jumpstart career in Delaware?
For creatives who are trying to find out what's the first step here, come connect with me. Come connect with me. Honestly, no on some G shit, for real. Come fuck with me. I may not have all the answers, but at least I can put you in the right direction. If I don't know how to do it, then I can punch you in the direction where somebody can do it. I have a crazy network of like brilliant individuals who are doing some really amazing things. And to be honest with you, outside of that, find a mentor. Find a mentor, okay? Because as much as you may have a vision and a dream or goals, you need the strategy and structure to scale. If you don't know how to scale an idea, find a mentor, find a program that will allow you to give you the tools so you can scale. It's all about scaling, right? And the thing is, we want to be able to live off what we do. But if you don't know how to structure, or if you're not intentional about what you're doing, then those things are going to be like a very big hindrance here in Delaware. Because the thing is the resources are not right in front of you, so it's hard. It's like, where do I find them at? That's why I say come find me, because I'll make sure I can point you in the right direction. A lot of people try to rely on the city of Wilmington to help them. They're not really a great resource. Who else? And there's not too many other organizations or agencies out here who help you really scale, right? So the best thing is, one, find a mentor, find a great network. So if you see other creators, ask them questions too, like, hey, where can I find this resource? Or I need this or that. Ask questions. And I know we just getting back to like outside, so now you can actually network and mix and mingle. But yeah, I would say that's the first thing. Yeah, find a mentor and an agency. So I'd say I'm fucking. Man, how tough. It was very tough, man. Very tough. One, it was challenging because, I was raised in a single parent home, and that was challenging with a young mother. So being as though she was a teenager, and I'll be completely honest, and I've shared this before, but a lot of people don't know I was conceived because my mom was raped. And I don't have a father figure, I don't have a father, so I never really had that dual dynamic, that structure in life. So a lot of things I had to learn was like street smarts early. My mom made me super duper responsible at like an early age. Like 6, 7, I was already learning how to do like household things. I was learning how to do laundry, I was learning how to cook quick, and it was because of the environment, man. The environment was not conducive. Living over the west side on 4th Street in front of McDonald's. If y'all knew back then in the early 90s, 80s, it was rough. Living up on top of the hill. I literally lived almost on every side of Wilmington except for Southbridge and Riverside. But living in the hood, man, y'all know how it is. It's not really set up for us to win. So I already was low totem pole for success. I was one of the statistics, and luckily I had grandparents who were very much cultured. I had a grandfather who practiced the Yoruba culture, and my grandma was an artist, and I'm definitely a mixture of both of them. So being exposed to art and culture, living in the hood, that was different. A lot of people, I had respect, but I also had a lot of people judge me, So it was also unique being the outcast, being the expressive guy, being the the different one. You know, I got an African name, so people were like, what the fuck, Akin, Akin, whatever, messing up my name. So it was interesting though. I loved actually living in the hood. I wouldn't trade it because I wouldn't be who I am today. I probably would have never met certain people that I feel as though need to be in my life at this current moment. So I appreciate that. I think the love in the hood is different. It's a different type of love in the hood, and I appreciate that because that's what's helped me maneuver out here in the world a little bit better. It's made me understand and have a certain level of reverence and empathy towards the world. So I appreciate growing up in that environment. And granted, what struggles, you know, you've seen people pass away, you've seen your bros get locked up, or, you know, you just seen a lot of turmoil in that environment because, like they said, it's a project. So it was designed to have us fail. And I failed a lot, you know, I failed a lot in that environment. But I gained a lot, and that's also the beautiful side of it. I've seen a lot of my peers and people before me actually become successful in their own right. And at the end of the day, you know, I used to be like, nah, it needs to look like this. But once I got older and really understood life more, I understood to just allow people to be them. And all of these things were just things I picked up being out on the streets, man. For real, studying people, studying life, and being in these environments that challenged me. I'm glad that I didn't really have it set up super easy, because I don't know if I would have the same hunger for life the way that I do now. So, yeah, man, it was a struggle.
What would you say, if you could speak to your younger self, if you could speak to the younger King, what are a few things you would say to your King?
Never let society jade you.
Say it again.
Never let society jade you. Never let your friends make you jaded.
What's that mean, say jaded?
Don't let anybody steal your joy. Don't let anybody steal anything away from you. Constantly be you. Even if it doesn't fit the norm. And as much as I tried to live that path, it was challenging because there was a lot of things I conformed to unconsciously doing so. I didn't want to do art as a kid because I thought I thought it was the nerd thing, the geeky thing, and I'm like, I didn't have a lot of art friends. I'm very artistic. I used to draw comic books, all types of stuff. And one thing as a kid is that was my true passion. That's why I do art now. That's why I'm in the art fields, because that's what really fuels me. And I know if I would have stuck to it and just stuck to the things that I knew was dear to my heart and not veer away from those things, I probably would be a prodigy right now. But I let society sway me from what was like desiring and yearning in my own heart. Like, I didn't follow my heart enough. And I would say to my younger self is to follow your heart more and trust in your decisions that you make for yourself. So that's what I would say to my younger self.
Now, going to, let's travel to your future self, whether it's 5 years from now, whether it's 10 years from now, or whether it's a year from now. What does the future King look like into descriptive words?
Whole, divine, healthy, and grounded. All things to keep me understanding of human life. I don't want to seem like I'm too far away where I can't understand people anymore. I like being around people. I love the energy, and that's the only way that I'm going to remain youthful and be able to grow, is that my connection with people stays authentic. So I know if I continuously work on the inner parts within myself, then I'm able to exude that aspect of like unconditional love. So that's what my future self is working on, and I look to be that someday.
If with this interview today, if they don't remember anything from this interview, what would that take for them to take away for today? What's the food for today?
The food for today is do not let the illusion guide you in life. Don't let the illusion guide you. I would say that. I think we're all codependent on an illusion that is not necessarily true. And I think the thing is, break from anything that you feel has tried to define you. Break away from any like societal ideologies that try to define you. Really go back to defining yourself for yourself. Really look in the mirror and really be like, this is who I'm going to become, this is who I'm going to be, and this is what I'm going to stand on. And walk in that with like full faith. So there y'all have it. That's exKlusive with Kyon. So much more to come. Right now we got the comedy show June 25th at Theater Inn, 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. Make sure y'all there, man. This joint is going to definitely be a jam. It's going to be funny. I got some really dope comedians that y'all going to fuck with. I'm also doing a few small initiatives with the city and the county. Just really putting on for the visual artists. So y'all gotta check that out too. And I got so many other things. I'm working on music videos. I'm working on music. If y'all didn't know, I'm gonna put that out there. Yes, I'm gonna have some music dropping for y'all soon as well. Outside of that, man, peace, love, and blessings. Shout out to the seventh dimension. My guy, Seven God, for letting us in space. Thank you. Until next time, y'all. Peace.
We going far and then it's even farther. That's how you really hit them where
Dollar bills, y'all. Cream get the money, then we pill off. Down on my tummy, couldn't knee lock. Now I don't sleep, I let that E talk. The bass slap, they finally let a beast walk. But I don't see the beauty in it. I see funeral, fuck niggas, plenty critics.